So being as I've now made 6 in-depth guitar review videos featuring Strandberg guitars, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I wish the company would do moving forward. I'm a huge fan of these guitars in general, just their design philosophy and how they put ergonomics first. They really are the most comfortable guitars that I've ever played sitting or standing. I also really love the Endurneck and can't say enough good things about its design, and it's something very unique that no other company is offering right now. But with all of that said, I'm not just a complete fanboy. There are certain things that I would love to see the company do in the future. So this is kind of my open letter to Strandberg guitars. If you ever happen to see this, these are the things that I would personally love to see happen. The thing that would personally make me the most happy is a wider range of pickups, really in the 7-string models. Currently on all 7-string tremolo-equipped models, you only got one pickup that comes as standard, which is going to be a Fishman Fluence straight across the line. So that means the prog, the original, and the metal are all coming with the exact same voiced or sounding pickup. Now, I know loads of players love the Fishman Fluence pickups, and I do totally understand why. They are very consistent from set to set of pickups due to their design, but after playing some Strandberg models, specifically the Fusion neck through, do the link, the Prog 6, I'll also do the link. In my experience, in my opinion, I just find that the passive sets of pickups in the Strandberg body design and materials really opens up the instrument and really gives it a very unique voice. The Fishman pickups wind up sounding a bit digital and a bit lifeless to me, especially in a lead guitar setting. So I would really love to see Strandberg mix up the pickups through the lines. It doesn't really make much sense to me why the metal has the exact same pickup set as the Prog and the original. As the names of the different models imply, they're basically built with different players doing different things musically. So to change out the pickups and not have just a blanket set of pickups would be really exciting to me. Especially if they took the time to work with different manufacturers and tried to either design pickups specifically for the instruments that are voiced to get a certain tone or vibe out of them, or just work with the manufacturers and whatever their current pickup set was with whatever pairing they thought worked great. I'd love to see Strandberg maybe go back and pair with a company like Seymour Duncan. I've had an OS original with a set of Seymour Duncans in it that I used to record all the leads on my song World Minus One and also Cauldron of Stars. I'll do the little link and plug thing here as well, and I just completely love the way that guitar sounded for a lead guitar setting. So in my mind, it makes the most sense to leave the Fishman Fluences maybe in the metal line of guitars, because those guitars are probably going to be played mostly by players either doing rhythm guitar work or certain lead guitar setting where that sort of consistency of tone is going to work great in that genre, but then drop a great set of passive pickups into the prog that would then maybe have a little bit more versatility in the lead tones especially. And then maybe even put like a lower output set of pickups in the original, just so that all the guitars aren't blanket, kind of voiced the exact same way. I even found that the stock Strandberg pickups that were in the standard that I recently reviewed, do the link, I found that the instrument worked great for both rhythm and leads, and would just love to see a little bit more variety in the pickups that they're installing, specifically on the 7-string tremolo-equipped guitars. I've been waiting very impatiently for a 7-string neck-through tremolo-equipped Strandberg guitar ever since I reviewed the Fusion neck-through model that was absolutely incredible. do the little link if you'd like to check that out. The access to the upper frets on that guitar was an absolute revelation. It was without a doubt the most comfortable guitar that I've ever played playing in the upper part of the neck. The Strandberg body design makes sitting in either a traditional right leg sitting position or on your left leg in a classical style extremely comfortable. And then the way they were able to sculpt the neck joint on the neck through model just made playing in the upper frets a total breeze. I also personally really love the way neck through guitars sing on those upper notes. That little bit extra sustain that you get on a neck through guitar has had me just so excited and basically waiting impatiently for the opportunity to buy a neck through 7-string model, and it just hasn't come along yet. There's a good chance that the pandemic and all of the supply chain issues may have played a little bit of a role in this. The NX model with its newly sculpted bolt-on neck joint is much better to play in the upper part of the neck, but there was nothing like that neck through model that I've ever played on before. Now, ever since Strandberg closed the custom shop, your options on these guitars are limited really to just mass-produced instruments unless you're really ready to break the bank and go with one of the Japanese builds. That means the guitars have been mass-produced in either Korea for the older OS line or now the Indonesian shop. That's made the finishes and the wood options pretty limited, and after playing like a Kiesel for a little while and getting used to just how much you can easily customize those guitars with a whole variety of different body and top woods, that sort of limitation would be something I would love to see them start to change at least a little bit more. This is one of the reasons why I jumped on the Poplar Burl 7-string model that they had on Musician's Friend for a little while. Just the fact that it was different and unique made me so curious to get it and test it and try it out and see how that guitar sounded, and that review will be coming soon. It might be cool to see them do something like the Ernie Ball Family Reserve models, which were definitely much more expensive but featured different woods and different finish combinations. And it'd be great to see them maybe even come out with some more hardware options on colors like I've seen on some of those Japanese builds. I don't know if their approach is maybe a little bit more like Apple, where customization isn't the thing, it's more about a consistent product, guitar after guitar, which I totally respect and understand, but to be able to customize it, make the guitar a little bit more unique, and make it more your own would be something I'd really love. Being as I'm mostly a 7-string player these days, it'd be great to have some different bodywood options. I'm a really big fan of like mahogany, and again, unless you're gonna go buy one of those custom Japanese guitars that cost more than double what the Indonesian factory models cost, your options are really limited. It makes me just very curious to see how like a mahogany Strandberg would sound, or just some different combinations of woods. So it might be the case that they haven't done any of these extra customizations or different wood options because it would drive the price too high, and maybe they're just worried that the market isn't there to buy those guitars. Especially after looking at the prices of Ernie Ball Music Man's current lineup, they just seem unaffordable to me for most musicians, and that's such a bummer. I do appreciate that Strandberg has some offerings that are less than $2,000, and you're still getting full quality hardware and stainless steel frets. It would just be great to see a little bit more options here, something kind of like that custom shop back again. And the last thing I would love to see changed is just the gig bag in general. Don't get me wrong, the case is extremely well made, the materials and the fit and finish is very nice. My issue is just the padding in the bottom of the case. You've got to be very careful about the way that you set down the case. In my opinion, there's just not enough padding to protect the strap pin on the lower horn, and this has been an issue across all of the Strandberg cases that I've owned. I've got the deluxe gig bag, the regular gig bag, and I now also have the new NX gig bag as well, and none of them provide a proper amount of padding in my opinion. It'd be a simple fix. I just think they need to triple the amount of padding in the bottom, and then you'd be good to go. Now, I do applaud Strandberg for including the gig bag across the whole line. That is awesome. There's plenty of manufacturers that are charging well over $1,000 for the instrument and you don't get any sort of a case. And the fact that the case overall is very well made, I just wish they would tweak this one little thing, just like triple the amount of padding in the bottom to really properly protect the instrument. This is where I think Kiesel has always offered a better case. I love the case that my Vader came with. It provides a fantastic amount of protection for the instrument that you could totally use to gig and even tour with, but the Strandberg case just does not have enough for the bottom of the instrument. So that's my opinion on the things that I would love to see Strandberg tweak and change within their line. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of my opinions. I'd love to know what you would love to see the company do next. Also, feel free to leave me a comment down below on which guitar you'd love to see me review next. I'm hoping to get my hands on more high-end guitars in the future. I've got plans on reviewing the new NX Classic. That guitar looks super exciting, especially with the pickups that they put in it. And also, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. Helps my little channel continue to grow.